part of the Townhall, something that we prepared together with Ash. In fact, Ash prepared it, so thank you very much, Ash. Ash is our media host at Star Atlas, so welcome, Ash. She's the Metaverse queen.
Thank you, Santi. I'm happy to be here. Yes, so are we ready to kick it off?
We're ready. Thank you for being here with me, Ash. So we prepared the Metaverse ecosystem news as a whole, where Ash is going to tell us some news about the whole Metaverse ecosystem and crypto in general, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's kick it off.
All right, so let's kick it off with some recent ecosystem updates. So FTX recently raised $400 million in a recent funding round from Paradigm, Multicoin, and others with a valuation of $8 billion. FTX US's valuation can be benchmarked now against Coinbase. In a recent Microsoft earnings call, Microsoft stated that the Metaverse is the next wave of the internet and recently announced plans to acquire game studio Activision Blizzard for the largest all-cash acquisition ever at $69 billion. They're hoping that it's huge, right?
Yeah.
They're hoping that bestseller games will help attract more users to the Metaverse. In a recent statement, Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella said gaming is the most dynamic and exciting category in entertainment across all platforms today and will play a key role in the development of Metaverse platforms. So I think that that's some pretty big news entering our ecosystem.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and so YouTube has been hinting at integrating NFTs and crypto as a way to better connect their content creators with their fan base. And on that topic, Ryan Wyatt has left YouTube as head of gaming to accept a position with Polygon as CEO of Polygon Studios. He will be leading the organization across gaming, entertainment, fashion, sports, news, and more.
Big moves for the Metaverse.
Yeah, YouTube taking on NFTs and crypto would be huge.
It is, yeah.
So Ubisoft recently announced a strategic partner in Frontier Game, which is an ETH-based PvP battle game. So it sounds like they're making some more moves into the play-to-earn space. Sandbox launched a $50 million metaverse incubator this week in a partnership with venture accelerator Brink to help onboard new startups into the metaverse space. Facebook.
Yeah, nice.
Facebook, better known today as Meta, recently sold the IP behind stablecoin DM to Silvergate, which is a bank that focuses on both traditional finance and cryptocurrencies. And following in the footsteps of Twitter, Reddit is currently testing verifiable NFTs as profile pictures. So we may be seeing some NFT integration in Reddit very soon. And a few more interesting side notes. Nike is looking to further their venture into the metaverse by hiring a metaverse director. Anheuser-Busch recently launched an NFT project for Bud Light. So for those that are able to score a token, they will be able to vote on Bud Light Next merchandise and gain access to Bud Light Next brand and partner events, among other surprises. And there's a rumor going around the tech space that this year Apple will be releasing their version of a wearable AR/VR technology, which is pretty intriguing if you ask me. And on a more political front, Turkish president orders ruling party to study and explore the metaverse. The Turkish government recently met in the metaverse to discuss cryptocurrency legislation, where Grand National Assembly of Turkey Chairman Mustafa Alita stated, "I believe metaverse-based meetings will become an essential part of our lives." And Rio de Janeiro also made headlines with its plans to allocate 1% of all reserves to cryptocurrencies. And Russian President Vladimir Putin states that Russia has a competitive advantage when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto mining infrastructures. So overall, I think it's really important to keep in mind that even though the markets have been down recently, the underlying infrastructure continues to be built out and funded, and all while tech giants and legacy brands continue to explore ways to leverage crypto primarily through NFTs. So it's some exciting times that we're in, and we're all still really, really early in this space.
We are. Thank you so much, Ash, for this. It's super informative for everyone, and I love it. So thank you for putting all this info together, and yeah, it was great. I know that Michael is unmuted now, so he may have some comments.
No, I just wanted to commend you, Ash. That was really well done. It's some great information, very informative. I mean, for anyone out there that's listening in right now that has any outstanding questions about crypto, NFTs, or whether or not the metaverse has arrived, I would definitively say that we are here. And you all sitting in the town hall today are the earliest adopters of it. So congrats to all of you. Ash, when we launched the Star Atlas News Network, you're definitely going to be the media host. I felt like I was listening to Bloomberg there. That was very well done.
Oh, well, thank you. Julia Chatterley is one of my idols, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Are we hosting a cooking show as well? Did you say Julia Childs?
Julia Chatterley. She's
using okay.
But I do like to cook as well, so maybe we'll be cooking in the metaverse. Who knows?
Why not? Yeah, so that was the news segment of the Star Atlas Town Hall. It's pre-Town Hall news, overall metaverse and crypto news. So thanks, Ash, for keeping us informed about everything that is happening around us in the metaverse ecosystem. And now we can kick off the official Star Atlas Town Hall. I have on stage a great panel. I have Steven, I have David, and I have Michael. And I think we are also waiting for Chip as well. So I have one of the biggest panel we had so far, including Ash. Sorry for not mentioning you, Ash. And I'm super excited to what's going to come today in this town hall. Hopefully some good alpha leaks for everyone. So let's start with Michael. Michael, how are you today? Thank you for being here as always.
Yeah, man, it's been a very exciting week. Really pleased to be here. We do have an action-packed panel today, and I just want to thank the employees and team members that are joining us here. This is part of our ongoing efforts to introduce you at the community to more of our internal team members. And just from my perspective, from my standpoint, as we continue to grow, and we are recruiting aggressively here, as we continue to grow the level of detail and information that's going to be accessible and kind of channeled up to myself is more and more limited. And so we want to hear direct from the people that are, working intimately with each one of these products and features that we're building for you in the community. So again, really appreciative of the amazing talent that we have across the team, and David and Steven and Ash, Matei, and Chip, who will be joining us here shortly as well. So just want to thank you all for being here, and really excited to get into it and share some updates with you all.
Let's go straight into business, Michael. What do you think? As we always do.
Yeah, as I said, we do have an action-packed schedule. So the general agenda for today is I just want to provide some quick updates on kind of state of affairs and projects that we're focused on across Star Atlas. And then we'll make some formal introductions to those team members that are up on stage with us, and we'll get some insight direct from them. So without further ado, let me just say, I know I alluded on the last town hall to the fact that we were pretty deep in planning and prioritization of projects for the year. That was really undertaken over the first 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm quite pleased to say that this week, we really saw those efforts pay off, and that we broke down into teams, into sub squads, and everybody kicked off all of their efforts. And there's quite a lot that's coming up over the first 6 months, first half of this year that I'd be happy to talk about. Those 6 projects that we're focused on through the engineering core, of course, include the Star Atlas DAO. I know there's still a lot of questions out there in the community about when this is coming, and I just want to emphasize getting this DAO out, getting those governance features available to you, and things like Polis staking and emissions, getting that out to you is our highest priority right now. We did discover some potential challenges in accurately measuring vote weight with the implementation that we had initially designed. And some of this is through third-party efforts that we were utilizing to accelerate the pace of development on the project itself or on the feature. And as a result of that, through our own internal analysis, we made the determination that we needed to make some modifications. I always reference the fact that we're not going to bring a product to market unless we feel it's safe, it's secure, and provides value to you as a user. And so it was very important for us to take a step back, to lay that for a moment, ensure we were on solid footing, and build the best possible product to bring out. So there was a modest delay in that, but being the highest priority, we still believe we can deliver this in the month of February. That's the objective. Could extend a little bit longer, but most importantly, this is the number one feature that we want to get out to you. So all hands on deck for that Star Atlas DAO. We are also focused quite heavily on this concept of global polish across the marketplace, which includes improvements to the user interface and the user experience. This is a kind of a new division within our engineering core that will be perpetually ongoing from this point forward. So cleaning up any level of tech debt that exists, as well as taking in user feedback from you all out there in the community and making these improvements so it's a more enjoyable experience overall. And then I did also allude to this in the previous town hall, but we've kicked off development of our own galactic marketplace program, smart contract. This will be replacing some of the implementation or integration of Serum Dex. It'll be a bit of a mix of both, depending on what the specific requirement is, but we'll see some nice features rolling out as a result of that. But most importantly, once again, referring back to things like global polish, what we're hoping to accomplish with this is deliver a more intuitive user interface for you all. We want to take a bit more of a gamer-centric approach to this. So you can kind of think in terms of in-game auction houses. The decentralized exchange protocol is a bit confusing to non-crypto native people and people who haven't been trading across crypto marketplaces for some time. And given the audience and adoption that we're seeing, many people that are brand new to crypto, we just want to ensure that this is as intuitive and easy to use as possible. And then Cream itself, this is really a major project category that we've now broken down and subdivided into 3 separate squads. And so we have teams that are focused on mining and extraction. We have teams that are focused on the crafting gameplay loop and the material requirements that go into crafting. And then kind of a new development that took place over the last maybe week and a half or 2 weeks is the introduction of a space exploration feature. So not going to reveal too much about that right now, but we're all really excited about the potential for people to utilize their ships in more capacities besides just participating in score. And so all of these things, all of these major projects that we're building out, we're looking to have rolled out over the next 2 quarters, but really all rolled out by mid-year or sometime shortly thereafter. Beyond that, and kind of the last point from me for right now is obviously we're putting significant effort into Unreal Engine development. We've started to reveal some of these videos that we've been able to see internally for some time now, but the videos of the showroom, walking around with the mannequin and kind of viewing these various aspects of what the showroom will become. More of that's to come in the future as well. We're pretty excited about a content strategy we're working on this year that will get you a little more intimately involved about the process itself of development as we progress. The only caveat that I would make there, and this is very important, is that because we're sharing information with you so early in the development process, a lot of this is subject to change. These features are very likely to be different in final version versus what you're seeing now. But we just want to get you involved. We want you to see the work that's going on, and we want you to feel a sense of empowerment and inclusion of this development process itself. So you guys are getting the complete backstage tour with us, and we love that. Just want to make sure you all understand that everything is certainly subject to change as we progress into the future. So more to come a bit in the future, but with that, what I'd like to do is introduce David Greenbaum. He's a principal project manager with us here at Star Atlas, and he's been working exclusively with the engineering squads in ensuring that we can facilitate cross-departmental communication, as well as ensure that we follow deliverable timelines on the features that we're building. So with that, David, would love to hear from you. Maybe tell everybody a little bit about your background, when you joined us at the team, and what you're working on a day-to-day basis.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for having me here. Very excited to be able to speak to you all. So, as Michael said, my name is David. I joined Star Atlas back in September, and I was part of the faction selection program as well as the score program that we released last year, and now with all the projects that Michael mentioned, I'm hoping to help everybody get aligned on how this is going to work. So a little bit about me. I'm French, moved to the US 10 years ago to become a sound engineer. I did that, and I worked on podcast series, movies, and a lot of things, VR as well. And then started getting into crypto back 4 years ago. Started exploring it as everybody did. And started having fun with Solana last year. A little fun story is that I actually edited Michael Wagner's interview with Solana at some point, so sort of like a full loop. And then in September, I saw an opportunity to join the team, and I was very excited because it was mixing subjects that I was passionate about between crypto and video games, and here I am.
Awesome, man. Love that. I forgot that you were part of the team that edited that that interview with Anatoly. That feels like a lifetime ago. I think it was about a year ago, maybe a little less. Yeah, you've been a fantastic addition to the team, and I have to say again, as we continue to scale, the importance of communications cross-departmental is incredibly critical to our success. Maybe you can talk just a little bit about again, the daily interactions that you have in helping coordinate between leadership, producers, and other team members, and how you think that benefits our overall progress.
Yeah, of course. So really, I'd love actually to share this aspect, because we're really exploring a new process here, like to make sure that everybody gets to understand what we're working on, and like also get to participate in the process of developing the projects that we're trying to release for you guys to have fun with our game. So really, my job comes in where I'm listening to everybody. I try to take in the information and see how we can collaborate all together. So the leadership is going to tell us, give us some sort of direction with projects, and for instance with score, and then I'll work with the team, designers, engineers, blockchain engineers, like everyone to come up with the product that you get to interact with. So I'm part of this. I sort of wanted to introduce you to this new process that we're trying to use to improve this. Is divided in 4 phases. And the reason I'm giving you this context is I'm hoping it's also giving you a little bit of an idea of how we approach all those projects that we're planning on releasing this year. There's 4 major phases that really follow the product design philosophy. First one being discovery, second one is exploration, third one is validation, and fourth one is production. So the benefits of, and I'm going to go into each of those phases quickly. Discovery, we all sit together. Imagine that we're in a room, if we had a room. So we're just like a digital room, and we talk about what the project is, how we understand it, what it should be doing, and really it's all a brainstorming session with a bunch of exercises that allow us to participate and just really get into get deep into the concept of what the specific feature should be. Then we get into export. Once we do that, we know what we want to work on. So we're going to exploration. Exploration means user flows. It means wireframes. It means prototyping, and that's where we want to try to take advantage of our community, is that we're going to be building prototypes that will hopefully help us understand how you guys use our features. And in this way, we can address your feedback early on. As we move forward toward in those prototypes, that's both a mix of exploration and validation, really allows us to make sure that the product that we will be releasing will be optimal. So that means also that once we get to the last phase, the production phase, we really own the product we're working on. We know exactly how it's going to work, and that means that that last phase should hopefully, work faster, and the quality should be absolutely stellar. So this is how we plan on working this year. And I hope that this gives you an idea a little bit of how we think about those features that we're trying to release.
Super helpful, David. These are all very complicated and complex systems individually, and then when you think about creating integrations across the metaverse and across gaming and token economy and all of the various aspects and elements of what we're doing in Star Atlas, it's exponentially more challenging. So, the work that you guys do with this coordination is super important, and we certainly appreciate it. I would also just mention that on the tail of this new dev process flow, with respect to roadmap updates, we're going to be presenting in a slightly different format going into the future. We did pull dates off of the public roadmap on Notion at the beginning of the year, and the way that we're thinking about presenting now is just to inform you based on the current status or stage or phase that each one of these projects is in. And so you'll still be informed as to where we're at and what the progression is looking like, and you'll see development over time. But before we release any dates to you, because it is quite difficult. Again, I've commented many times that we're working on the bleeding edge here, emerging technology. There's a lot of research and analysis that needs to go into this. And so predicting timelines can be quite a challenge, especially at the inception of any one of these feature or project undertakings. And so before we reveal any dates to you, we're going to follow the process of that new dev workflow. We'll update you on what stage it's in. And then when we feel confident that we're able to deliver a product to you at a specific time, then we'll share that confirmed date with you. So hopefully that's still informative. Again, David, really appreciate you being up here, man. And you've been a great addition to the team. So thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Okay, moving along, we'd also like to introduce today Stephen Hadarian. Stephen is on our talent acquisition team and recruiting team, and he's been quite busy working alongside Kelsey Thompson. And so, Stephen, welcome, man.
What's up? Thanks for having me here, guys.
Yeah, man. What's up? Tell us a little bit about when you joined the team, and maybe a little bit about company culture, as you guys have been involved in that, and just a day in the life of Stephen.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So I'm approaching my 6th month, actually. It feels like it's been years. But yeah, it's been a rocket ship of a 6 months. And wow, since last quarter of 2021, we doubled our workforce, in those last 3 months of 2021. Right now, we just sped past 150 people, workforce all over the world, Michael. It's wild. So the day in the life of Stephen, man, I love it. Honestly, I think I have one of the best jobs at Star Atlas. I'm not gonna lie, because I get to talk to the most creative and intellectual and interesting people in the world, and it's been a blast. I'm really enjoying it. We're building a team that, Michael, like I receive a ton of resumes. In fact, the amount of resumes we got in Q4 of last year literally quadrupled, and so I'm receiving a ton of resumes, and they're all great. Most of them are amazing, actually. But what we're really trying to create of the culture of Star Atlas is, it just so happens that the most important things and aspects of people that we're bringing onto the team and that we value, you can't put these things on a resume. These are things like passion and work ethic, and egoless servant leadership and commitment to a mission, right? And these are things that even during our recruitment and our talent acquisition strategies, in our culture creation as a remote first company, it's not easy to create a fully remote global company that has great culture, that feels like a family. But we're creating this foundation that the talent that we bring on, we see eye to eye. We're on that common flow. We're on that common wavelength of a constant mission that we all believe in, and they're all committed to. It's been fantastic. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well said, man. Thank you. You've been doing a fantastic job in fielding all of those inquiries. I wouldn't imply that your job is any easier because of the amount of interest, but I have to say how inspiring it is for us in that, our energy doesn't have to be dedicated to convincing people to work for us, right? I mean, it's a lot of people that are incredibly intelligent, to your point, and passionate and very enthusiastic about the potential of what we're building coming to us. And then it's identifying the best people that can fit within our team and within our culture and fill those gaps that we presently have. So, as I said, your job's not any easier, but man, how cool that so many people are applying with us every day.
Well, it comes back to the community, Michael, because, and even recently, we're bringing on and onboarding more people from our community. It's truly, even in my past experiences and working with multiple different types of companies and different verticals, one constant for me in my personal life has been community. It's been relationships. And what I've seen in the Star Atlas community is this constant passion for what we're building, this constant mission. And that we see that in the team. I literally look around remotely in the company, and you know what I see? I see literally every single person wakes up in the morning, they open up their computer, and there's this big goofy smile on their face because they're truly doing what they love. They've combined their passions with their skills and who they are as people. And that's truly what we're building at Star Atlas, ground up, right, in every department.
Yeah, man. I love that point on community. And as I survey even the stage here, every single one of you was a member of the community before joining us on the team. Yep. So really incredible. And for anyone out there in the audience that's listening in that is, interested in finding a place for yourself at Star Atlas, Stephen, maybe you can talk them through what a workflow would look like, or how to apply, or how to reach out to us. And as a preface, I'll say that we are working on improving some of the workflows in terms of what we're seeking right now, and making sure that information is immediately available to you. But what's the best way to reach out to us and let us know about their interest?
Yeah, I mean, you can send me an email, jobs@staratlas.com, or you can shoot it to me personally, Stephen@staratlas.com, and you send that over to us, and send over your resume, or just send over a brief summary of who you are. Some people don't have resumes, right? And some people have amazing skill sets, and we still want to meet with our community members. We still want to figure out how we can utilize the best talent in the world. And again, a lot of things are you're able to be taught, right? But there's other things that you can't necessarily learn for time. And those are some of the most important things that we look at here in building out this team. So yeah, send me an email, jobs@staratlas.com. And we're literally hiring across all the departments, in our engineering, in our design, in our game product design, in our rev ops, marketing, you name it. You think you can do it, send us a resume, send us who you are. We want to talk to you.
I'll drop a little note here that anyone that has experience in economics, that's one of the categories that we're quite aggressively hiring for. Obviously, we have a complex economy across Star Atlas, again, consisting of not only the internal metaverse economy, the token economy, monetization across the company, but even things like treating the metaverse itself as an independent nation state that must manage fiscal policy and monetary policy and things like foreign exchange and foreign policy. So anyone out there with a background in economics, please do reach out to us, because we are looking to fill those roles as well.
Absolutely.
Stephen, I don't know if you have the information immediately in front of you. We've hired 20 full-time employees just since the beginning of the year. Puts us on pace for just about one new hire per day. Did you share any information on that?
Yeah, 100%. I can go through some of those full-time hires that we just brought on since the beginning of the year. We brought on 2 Unreal game devs. We brought on an HR specialist, a senior concept artist, a game systems designer, a growth engineer, a character art director, technology director. We hired 3 web devs, a head of a game economy, a technical project manager, technical art director, environment art director, and of course, our Metaverse media host, Ash, which is here on stage with us as well.
It's been incredible to see it grow. It's difficult to keep up with you guys. Well, again, man, you've been doing a fantastic job. It's obvious with the growth of employees throughout the company. Any closing thoughts for us right now?
No, that's it. Thank you all. And it's been a great time. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Stephen, thanks so much.
Thank you, Stephen, for joining. Michael, you did this job easier for me today. Nice job hosting the Townhall, man.
I think that's that's our goal as a company, is to make everybody's lives a little easier. You have to say, everyone being up here on stage has made my job easier as well. So it's something I'm
Yeah, so thank you for that. I think that maybe we have something from product to cover before we move on, right?
Yeah, I think Chip has endeared himself to the community since his debut last week, and so I'm sure everybody would love to hear a little bit from you, Chip, and what's going on Cream and product development.
Yeah, sure. I know I had mic issues last time. Is my volume good?
I can hear you well.
I can hear you as well. Yeah.
Great. So, yeah, there's been a lot going on this past week. Specifically, I know Michael alluded towards this ship exploration direction we're going, and I've been talking with Danny, the chief product officer, about this direction, and we are extremely excited about this new potential, this new gameplay, this new direction, new gameplay. It's closer to what we envisioned this game was going to be, and we've been discussing with the tech team on what's possible on the blockchain, and we didn't think that this would be something near term we could do, but now it's looking like it's a more feasible option. So really, this past week's been exploring the feasibility of that, what the implications for the gameplay loops are going to look like, just kind of really leaning hard into it. And I wish I could go into details, but I don't want to give away too much right now. But I just want to overview that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we're even I was super excited about the things we were doing last town hall, and now I'm like twice as excited, and I got that goofy grin on my face right now that Steven was talking about. So yeah, that's all I'm probably going to say at this point.
We do have some extra updates as well. I think, Michael, you have them. If you can go through them and share them for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is on the product side here. One of the big announcements is related to people's requests for additional ship assets. We were quite successful towards the end of the year, following the launch rather of Score, in selling out all of the remaining inventory that we had available over the course of 2021. So again, excuse me, really think I need one of those sips of water that you always refer to, Santi. 1 second.
Sure, man. Yeah, you need it. I know.
Thanks. Really exceeded all expectations internally. But again, indicative of the interest here and everything that we're doing at Star Atlas. So we have formalized now the release schedule for this year. You will see the initial release of ships starting next week, I believe. The reveal is going to take place on Tuesday of next week, and then that ship will actually go on sale on February 3rd. So I am also happy to announce that we do have quite an extensive list of ships going into this year that includes 51 different models, 3 of those being Titans. So there should be plenty of variety of models and classifications and sizes and assets for anyone out there in the community to be able to participate and get involved in all of these new features that are coming out, whether it be Score or space exploration, and also, looking towards the future with the release of land assets and the ability to mine and craft and create your own ships. Yeah, and otherwise on product, I've also alluded to the fact in the past that we are working on an internal SDK that will ultimately be open sourced. This SDK is probably the first blockchain integration into Unreal Engine, and we call that the Foundation SDK. This will enable other game developers out there who are building on Unreal Engine to be able to integrate Web3 assets like Atlas or Polis or NFTs into their games into the future. And I think part of the inspiration there and the hope there, and what we want to encourage and inspire in the community, is the ability to build on top of Star Atlas as well. While we're not focused on that, enabling that type of content creation directly inside the universe that is Star Atlas in the near term, we certainly see the potential and value of external content creation and building that into the world that we're creating and the foundation that we're creating today. So the first phase of the Solana wallet integration into Unreal Engine is now operational, and we're currently stylizing and defining and designing the UI behind that. So your wallet will interact seamlessly with the showroom. The ship summoning process is now functional on all of the landing pads in the showroom. So when you use a terminal, you call your ship, you bring that NFT into the showroom. It's now capable of landing within the environment. We do have a new production director position, integrating well with Spearsoft and our team at Automata. That's the studio behind Star Atlas. Galaxy and solar system configurable land parceling is also functional in Unreal Galaxy Generator. This goes into, what does the universe of Star Atlas look like? How are you going to navigate the stars? Where do things exist, and what are the coordinates behind that? This is a solar system module that we're developing out presently and focused on building that world for you. Character debug system is functional in Unreal. We're utilizing the advanced locomotion and changing species to test differing heights in the environment. That's part of the reveal that came out this week when you saw the character, that mannequin model. That's just a template model that we integrated in while we focus on building out animation of all of our own characters. But using that model allows us to do testing across the environment so that we can identify any areas that might be problematic for the player. We don't want you to get stuck somewhere. We don't want you to fall off a cliff and not be able to get back. So, but I think it's really cool looking at everything from the smallest character, Punab, all the way up to, the largest characters throughout the game, and being able to model that today using that mannequin model. We're focused on a writer's room being built with potential for 4 prominent and enthusiastic writers in the industry to join the team. This is going to go into our multimedia campaign. I don't think Danny wants us to share anything too extensively about this right at the moment, but content from Star Atlas is not going to exist exclusively in the game industry, and it's not going to exist exclusively in Unreal Engine. We're already exploring opportunities across audio, visual, and written content that will be coming out to the community, some of which will be delivered this year. There is an unannounced lore project that's underway. Deliverables have been submitted this week, and we will begin guiding production and prepare players for the launch of the full game through this. I've discussed these a little bit, but enhancements to Cream and Score, those are being discussed, focused on that ship exploration module. And again, when available, we'll release more news to you all on that. And then next week, as I mentioned, the first ship is coming out. I would note here that this is going to be an entry-level ship. It's incredibly important to us that we ensure that Star Atlas, from an economic standpoint, is always accessible and it's inclusive to people all over the world. So you'll actually see the first ship come out, which is an extra small model starting at $15. So and then more to come on that. The release schedule this year is actually going to be a bit more consistent, whereas they were semi-sporadic, kind of based on demand last year. This year, we've got it all scheduled out. Those 51 ships are going to be coming out and rolling out pretty consistently through the course of the year. Every week or 2 weeks, you'll see some new ships come online. So that's quite a bit from the product team. Santi.
Yeah, thank you for all the updates, Michael. Thank you very much. People are saying that I'm trying to kill you with water. So Yeah. I will let you rest again, man. Just taking some time here before we move on to the next segment to tell people that we are going to have the After Town Hall party hosted by Ash on Twitter right after the Town Hall. We will go to Twitter and just hang out with the community. Sometimes Michael, sometimes Chip join. So if you want to go, just go to Twitter and you will find us. Also, I want to point out, and something that I think that we should always mention is the security tips that we can give to the community. Always remember to triple check the links you click. We always recommend to have a hardware wallet for you to have your key safe stored. And also, just don't trust any DMs that you may receive here in Discord or anywhere. Nobody from our team will ever message you first or will ever ask you for funds or anything. And never connect your wallet to any link that you don't triple check. That's something that I will cover every single town hall because I feel like it's important. We see some people losing their funds for not knowing these little security tips that you need to have here in the crypto space. So that's all from my side. I think, not sure, Michael, if you have any extra comments.
No, I love that you're sharing that. I would just give a little mention here to Dan Park, who joined us last year as well, I believe October of last year. He's leading our in-house corporate counsel, but we are quite aggressively going after any of these scam sites that exist that are looking to sweep seed phrases and subsequently steal funds and assets from people and players, and making sure that we take these scam sites down as quickly as possible. So I know we have various channels where you can communicate with us and report scams. We appreciate when you do. It enables us to go after them quicker and try to save as many people as possible. So it is super important for us to protect people, especially given many people are very new to crypto that are joining us now. So thanks for sharing that, Santi. Just speaking of Dan, by the way, there are questions out there regarding regulatory environment. I'll just say that we are working with the Blockchain Association, which is the largest trade group in the United States. They interface with the policymakers in Washington, and our ambition is to ensure that we stay ahead of the curve on any regulatory changes. And he's monitoring that closely, providing feedback to us, and we'll be interacting with legislators and policymakers in the future, educating them on all of the potential benefits that the metaverse brings to the world. Employment opportunities, and something that's important to government is taxation, and ensuring that we have compliant, fair systems across Star Atlas. So, Dan, if you're out there, appreciate all your work on that. And then just last thing for me, just some, I know we want to get into questions, is just a few really quick updates on the marketing side or community side. We did see our Twitter grow now to over 300,000 followers. Wow. It's huge. That's huge. Yeah, it's a ton. Yeah, and I think this year, sharing one of our internal metrics for success, we're looking at growing our user base, the number of players in Star Atlas, by 1 million people this year, and we think we'll be able to accomplish that with all of these new features that are coming out across the web-based minigame, and then also the release of the first Unreal Engine content. So 300,000 is big, but I think by the end of this year, we're going to be absolutely blown away. And then, we're quite active out there. I know Pablo was on a live stream earlier today on Twitch. One of the big events that took place this week was the Gamespeak Conference. This was actually led by a sponsorship by Facebook. I was kind of surprised they didn't sponsor directly through Meta, their new parent company, but this Gamespeak Conference was the second year running, and it was entirely dedicated to Metaverse. And we had a significant opportunity to discuss the concepts of, we consider to be the open, distributed, decentralized, and permissionless Metaverse that we're building, versus kind of legacy systems where they're very much walled garden approaches and more permission-based systems and being able to build upon. And so that was a great event, over 5,800 attendees, and many thousands or millions of impressions resulting from that. I believe we've released some details on the panels, so welcome you all to give that a watch or give that a listen to. So Yeah, super busy week, Santi. A couple of weeks, but
super
a lot of
busy.
exciting things going on, and you can just hear the enthusiasm across the team.
Yeah, on that note, on the live streams, we have a Spanish-speaking community live stream tomorrow. We're going to be live streaming from Carl's YouTube channel on YouTube, of course, and just inviting everyone from the Spanish-speaking community to join. I'm going to be joining with Pablo, so just inviting everyone. And so if there's nothing else to share, Michael, from your side, or Steven, or Chip, or David, we can move to questions.
Actually, just on the topic of Spanish-speaking community, and I guess in this particular case, the Portuguese-speaking community, we had I don't know what to call it, a wild appearance of one of the characters. The artist's name is João, down in Brazil. I don't know if that was an airport, but I have to say the exchange that had put that poster together, we've never spoken to. We're pleased with the fact that they pulled some of that content, but it was, it was just out there in the open. So I think people are really appreciating the caliber of the creativity and design that's going into everything that we're doing at Star Atlas. And it was really cool just to see that organic growth of our assets out there.
I shared the picture in the Townhall chat. If you want to see it, it's there in the Townhall chat.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So,
really cool.
Okay. Yeah, with that, would love to welcome people up to the stage to ask questions. Feel free to ask Ash, Steven, David, Chip, Santi, or myself, and anything that you'd like to understand better.
Yeah, we have an old friend here, Funkcracker.
Hey,
how are you, Funkcracker?
Hello, guys and girl. How are you doing?
Welcome, man. Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to be here again. Thank you very much for inviting me back on stage. So I have perhaps two questions if I can. First is about the DAC, the DAC registration. Is it possible perhaps to get that on the roadmap? And what are the odds of getting that registration coming online this year? Michael?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it is definitely a priority for us. We're still doing some exploration, again, on the specific framework that we want to use for that. So I would say it's quite feasible for us to release the DAC registration process this year. What we do want to facilitate, though, is a deeper tool set that enables guilds to do things like treasury management, of course, their own internal governance, possibly the ability to mint their own internal governance token that would be, replacing the necessity to utilize something like Polis for your own guild governance. And who knows, maybe even the ability for you guys to mint your own NFTs and find a marketplace to sell those. So we are looking at quite an extensive DAC platform that's in development. And I'm actually just waiting on some updates on that myself. But it's important to us. It's going to become more important as we release these enhanced game features. And so I do think we'll have something out this year, and we'll provide some more updates on that in the town halls to follow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that sounds really good. So I have just a suggestion to make, because I was wondering if perhaps it's possible for you guys to contemplate to perhaps split it in like a tier 0 and tier 1, where tier 0 just allows the DAC to register their name and their faction and allows their member base to sign up. So we at least start to have an idea on the blockchain who is with us, and also the fleet composition, faction selection, and that kind of stuff. And then perhaps bring the rest online with a tier 0, just that we can get the ball rolling, because as you know, some guilds are getting quite big. People like to know who has what, and that would be just pretty cool. So if you see an opportunity to perhaps split it that way, I think a bunch of people will be very happy with that setup. Just a suggestion from my side.
No, I love the suggestion. That might very well be the approach that we are taking. Our general process is to roll out iteratively on everything, right? Whether that's feature.
Exactly, yeah.
So, just conducting a little more due diligence on our side in terms of what the best approach is, but there is a possibility that we get that out. DAC registration, we understand how important that is to you all, and what we don't want to have to do is drive you to utilize external tools in the short term, and then have to undertake some conversion process in the future. So I hear you loud and clear. It's a priority for us. We understand it's a priority for you. So we will we'll certainly put some additional thought into that.
Super. Thank you very much. I'll leave the podium stage to rest. Thank you.
Thanks, Funcracker.
We also have Duncan here. Welcome, Duncan, to the stage.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
We're doing great, man. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. So I had a question about, I think IP lore, or IP, like the use of Star Atlas IP in particular guilds lore. So everyone knows we're the mafia themed guild, and we're putting a lot of emphasis on creating our lore, and we also have a team of like a writer's room of content creators, and we're staying away from using things like Ooster and particular ship names and all these different things, and we're kind of staying really vague with it. And so I just wanted to see if you guys could provide some guidance on maybe how we what we can do as far as our lore. Should we keep it completely separate, or what are your thoughts on that?
It's a great question, and what I might recommend is would be happy to put you in touch with Dan, whom I referred to earlier. Our in-house legal counsel. Our general positioning right now is, we don't want people to be leveraging Star Atlas intellectual property for any commercial purposes. So if you're looking to monetize it, say sell assets or sell NFTs that have the likeness of Star Atlas, we are preventing that. It's a good question on lore and how that integrates into your guild specifically. We do want to enable these things and facilitate these things, but I can't give you a clear and definitive answer right now. But again, would be happy to put you in touch with our in-house counsel so we can give you a clear direction moving forward.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can coordinate that through myself or possibly with Santi as well.
Yeah, happy to help. So
thanks,
thank you, Duncan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the questions. We also have Rato Doom here on stage. Welcome. How are you,
guys?
Hey, welcome.
Pleasure to meet all you guys. I was actually surprised I was called on, but thank you so much. Just a couple quick things. First of all, I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. This is super cool. I'm super happy to be on the ground floor of this. And secondly, big fan of you guys. Really happy with what you guys are doing so far and everything. A couple quick questions. First one being with ship releases and whatnot. Have we seen any changes to the timeline on Cream and Score 1? A lot of people know that I am very excited for Score 1, so I'm very curious about that.
Pleased to announce that the ship release schedule has not negatively impacted any of the rest of our development and roadmap timelines. So we're still targeting mid-year for the release of Cream, which would consist of really those three sub projects that I described earlier on in the call. Score V1 is so we have a project definition for what we envision as Score V1, which includes more interactive ship missions that players can undertake. If anything, what I would kind of state here is that that sub-project of space exploration that might complement or will very likely complement activities in crafting and mining might actually replace Score V1. And so instead of seeing that towards the end of the year, you see a Score V1 that is complementary to the release of Cream, and then maybe even some possibility of a Score V2 of some sort coming out by the end of the year.
Oh man, that sounds amazing. Super excited. Cool. Another quick question. I know that people really want to know about Polis and things like that. Just wanted to know, like, because you guys said that we need to pivot to another solution due to security issues. I was wondering if we could get any further clarification on that, as well as if you guys have like an idea of how things are going to go down with that and whatnot.
Yeah, I think, and just to clarify, that might have been a little miscommunication. It wasn't necessarily security issues. What we're looking at is the method that we were looking to implement on the Star Atlas DAO enabled users to stake multiple times, so multiple accounts to the staking contract. And where you would see this taking place is when you were able to claim your emissions, you would naturally want to restake those, or many people we would imagine would want to restake those. What that leads to is this creation of multiple user accounts that we then need to track. And because these are all blockchain integrations, we foresaw the potential for difficulty in accurately measuring voting weight within that program. And so it wasn't so much of a security concern as much as it was a technical implementation concern. With that said, as I noted at the beginning of the call, we understand how important the DAO is to all of you. It is to us as well. We want to get these governance features out, and it's our number one priority right now. So I don't see the timeline extending too much longer than our initial anticipated release date of February 3rd. Still hopeful that we see that by the end of February, and it should be the first major feature release that you see from us this year.
Awesome. I know I had one other question, but I may just approach it to Santi later because I don't have that one ready specifically. But
yeah, sure. It's okay. You can ask me later.
Perfect. But beyond that, I just wanted to say thanks to you guys. Really appreciate you letting me come up here and ask a couple questions. And hello to everyone that knows me out there. Much love for you all. Have a great day.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thanks
very much, Trent. Thank you so much. So I invited Doom from Final Frontier on stage. Let's see if he joins. If not, we'll let someone else into the stage. Okay, inviting someone else so we don't lose time here. Oh, to both at the same time. So let's start with Doom. Doom, how are you, friend?
Yeah, hey everyone, hey Santi, Michael, and Ash, and everyone else. Thank you so much for the opportunity, especially the community gathered around Star Atlas. I believe that's the most valuable thing that we have right now. So just a quick question right now. If we want to buy like ammo and stuff, we have to approve within the Phantom world, and also the Atlas and everything we earn. So, for example, in the future, if I'm in a fight and my ship gets destroyed, actually, I have to burn my NFT. I believe that's the thing that happens. And also, if I, for example, kill a boss and I loot it, I need to approve within the game. I want to know what's the mechanics of this. Like every time during a fight, I have to approve within the Phantom wallet to like get the items or like to lose items. How's that going to go down? Or it's too early to like have that in the team?
Valid concern, and definitely something that we're approaching at resolving before we get into full release of the game. Part of this Foundation SDK, which is the blockchain or Web3 integration into Unreal Engine, would create a more seamless experience for the users. I have to be honest with you, this is all still very early conceptualization and how we resolve that. But naturally, we don't want you to have to approve every single transaction with any interaction that you're undertaking as you're playing the game. So the trade-off that we have to analyze is ensuring that users have security over their assets versus convenience in being able to play. So I can't say that we're going to have any immediate solution for that, but it's definitely an area that we're researching closely and figuring out how to optimize the user experience. This also includes things like, we don't necessarily want every single user action to result in a state change on the blockchain. Not every action needs to be confirmed. And so trying to determine or structure kind of time periods of activity that then ultimately get recorded. So Yeah, again, still very early to have any definitive response for you, but we understand we're gamers. We want to just have fun, be able to play, and not have to be constantly clicking your ledger or approving in Phantom. So we're right there with you.
You still here, friend?
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was the question, and thanks for the opportunity again.
Thank you for asking the question, my friend.
You bet. Santi, let me add just one additional point there. And I a little bit indecisive about the best approach. We as an entity do not want to become custodians of assets. With that said, we were working with the team at Stardust very early on. Now their product was still very early in development, and as such, we ended up undertaking our own development efforts to satisfy certain features that they would be capable of delivering. Now, whether we directly integrate this into our product or it ends up becoming a third-party vendor that's accessible to users, this idea of having your assets custodied with some third party that creates a more seamless process for the user is a very real potentiality. So it would be possible, again, you essentially, while you're playing, your assets move into this wallet. It is auto confirmation while it's in that wallet. Your assets are still secure and protected from malicious bad actors. And then when you're done playing, they move back into your wallet. Now, we're very supportive of the concept of this whole ideology of decentralization and self-sovereign ownership of your assets, which is why I'm implying that we don't necessarily want to be custodians ourselves, but if there's a platform out there that's reliable and trustworthy and we feel it'd be beneficial to the users, we'll certainly look at bringing that integration in so that it's a more convenient and better user experience for you overall.
Thanks, Michael, for the extra comments. And thanks to
Yeah, thank you. That was sure. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the question again. And we have also Christian here on stage. Welcome, Christian, to the stage. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me, and thank you for putting me on stage on such a short notice. I would like to thank everybody who is gathering here today and listening to this amazing town hall. Thank you, everybody. I just want to ask some very serious question. As everybody knows, I'm the founder of the Interstellar Alliance, and I'm hosting the Metaverse Council meetings from the United Metaverse Organizations. Anybody familiar with what we are doing is that we are heavily invested in building this alternative society around the Staratos Metaverse, and we are mostly also focusing on building those specific communities that are focusing around specific nations around the world, but also different organizations who are not part of any nation specific. We have some ideas and we are working already on several projects, but one of the most interesting ones is the chance that we can have government communications with different governments, which can support our initiatives to create something like a Metaverse University, or even a separated part of a government initiative for education and work, like employment, unemployment programs, and all kinds of different services that we can build together. And my question is, if we are able in the future to create some kind of employment programs with the help of different governments, or even just personal companies who want to invest and just employ people in the metaverse and just create this alternative way to create value for themselves, will the Staratos developers and just the community overall support such ideas? I want to make it like just a broader question, because I think it's very important for the education of the future generation to just understand all of those blockchain technologies and overall the blockchain space, and how we can create this alternative employment methods?
Well, first of all, I applaud you for your initiatives there, and it's certainly an endeavor that we'd like to support with full force from the team at Star Atlas. I'm very, very much interested in thinking about the metaverse as kind of an alternative society with new social constructs in which, we're completely borderless. We have a global community, and that means understanding people and culture from all over the world and being able to help people all over the world. And we understand the potential of the metaverse to provide employment and compensation and income and opportunities that don't exist when you're confined by a geographic border. So fully support you in that. I was just on a call earlier this week with another team that is focused on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and developing out an engineering platform, and they'd like to leverage our platform and our environments to be able to bring their product to the world as well. So certainly something we're looking into, looking to resource that more over the course of the year and build up teams that will further facilitate that type of activity. I've also made the rather bold comments in the past that I do believe the metaverse has the potential to create the largest, efficient, and fair labor markets the world has ever seen. So I'm again, fully supportive of your initiative and would be happy to do whatever we can do to help bring that to life.
Thank you very much, Michael. I completely agree with you. We are all seeing the metaverse as an extension of our world, and one of the best ways to tackle the just evolution of technologies that are just removing the need of certain jobs around the world. So we all understand the importance of just creating those alternative jobs slowly but steadily in order to transition the people who pretty much cannot find jobs for various of reasons. So thank you very much for everything everybody is doing.
Yeah, thank you, Christian. And thanks for being with us for so long, by the way. For anyone out there in the community that doesn't know Christian, he was one of the earliest members in our Discord, I want to say back in February of last year, and responsible for forming the guild recruiting channel in our Discord. So thanks for being around with us for so long, and for all that you're doing for Star Atlas and for the world.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Christian. So I think we don't have more time for one question, right, Michael? We are still an hour in. We are already an hour in. So
should we take it to a polis vote?
Could be, yeah. So not sure, Michael, if you have any closing thoughts, or anyone here on stage has any closing thoughts.
I would love to hear if anyone else has any final. Ash, doing a post Townhall Twitter Spaces.
I'm sorry, you were cutting out.
I believe are you guys doing another post Townhall Twitter Spaces today?
We are. So at 1:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are having an after party to recap and just chat with the community about all things Star Atlas related. So we would love for all of you to hop on Twitter and join us in the conversation. It's always a great time.
Thank you, Ash. Fantastic. Yeah. Well,
that's in 20 minutes, right?
20 minutes. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So see you everyone on Twitter.
Yeah, so I mean, just closing thoughts. I can't tell you how excited we are as a team to be to start undertaking all of those major projects that we've got coming out this year. It's very exciting times. The metaverse is here again. Crypto is here to stay. We've made it, everyone. So this is super exciting times. We're on the precipice of exponential innovation around the world, and we're super pleased to be leading that charge, at least in the crypto space, and everything that we're doing at Star Atlas. As always, extremely grateful to the amazing team that we have. I can tell all you people out there in the community, these people are putting so much energy into everything that we're doing, and time and passion, and their heads and their hearts. And so very appreciative of the team. And of course, you out there in the community, we couldn't be doing this without all of you. So thank you all for being here. Look forward to, keeping you up to date on all the latest progress that we're making at Star Atlas, and looking forward to a really fantastic year.
Great. Nothing to add there. Thank you, Michael, for your words, and thanks Steven, Chip, Matej, David, and Ash for joining us today. It has been great, and nothing else. So this is the end of the Star Atlas Townhall, and power to the people.
And stick it to the man.
Ciao.